Partnerships for the East Coast. That's kind of a unique title. Can you give us a sense of what that means? What do you do? Who are you partnering with?
Sure. So I lead our East Coast partnerships team, and what that means is we work with some of the largest brands up and down the East Coast to help them with their efforts on Pinterest.
And the advertising industry has been pretty critical of Pinterest and kind of its I guess delay, people have said, in adopting some sort of advertising model. But there are obvious trade-offs in terms of monetization versus maintaining a significant loyal following, growing that loyal following. I mean, how would you kind of characterize Pinterest's strategy there, and how would you respond to those critics?
Sure. What we are solely focused on, we have over 100 million consumers coming to Pinterest every month. And when they come to discover the things that they love and want to do every day. And that could be whether they're deciding what they want to make for dinner that night, what is their taste in dress, what shoes do they want, where do they want to travel around the world. And they come every day looking for ideas that they want to do. So very inherently, there is a model in which they're looking for ideas, and most of those ideas come from brands. Today, about 75% of our content comes directly from brands because they are the ones who are sharing ideas and giving those ideas to inspire people to do things in their everyday life. So fundamentally, there really is no trade-off. We often say that there's no tax in the difference between serving our consumer base and any sort of advertising, because at the very core of it, we are all about giving users ideas, and those ideas come from brands.
You recently started showing video ads. John Kaplan, the head of global sales at Pinterest, recently told the New York Times that the company just in general has underinvested until now in video as a platform. So, moving forward, how important is video specifically to Pinterest?
Video is hugely important, and we're very excited about video. Again, when people come to Pinterest and are looking for ideas for their everyday life, from the very beginning, video is a format in which consumers have organically pinned onto our platform. And so this year we launched our very own video player. And what's unique about it is it's for long-form video. And the way that we want to build it is quite differentiated in the market. So how people use Pinterest is to be, discover the things that you love and really be inspired and then driven to take action. And the way that our video player is built is it has a long-form video player, and then right underneath, which is inherent to our platform, we have related pins. And when you run that long-form content, those related pins underneath can drive you to action. So an example of that is if you have a CPG company who's introducing a new product, you can showcase a long-form video in that content, and then right underneath you can have examples of the recipes that they could make. If it was an entertainment company, you could have a trailer or a promotion of a new show, and then give some follow-up, whether character development or teasers. So the whole purpose is to drive that inspiration in the video and then allow a user to take action.
And video in terms of monetization is kind of this new frontier. It's seen as much more lucrative to businesses than kind of traditional advertising models on the internet?
What we care about the most is servicing our users and providing ideas for them in their everyday lives. And as I said, those ideas primarily come from brands. So we feel that there is a really symbiotic relationship between brands who want to share their ideas every single day with the consumer world, and we're using those ideas and bringing them to an audience who is coming with a very strong intent to find those ideas.
100 million users, that's a just startling number. So obviously Pinterest, has a tremendous amount of data from those users, what they're looking for, what they're interested in. How do you use areas like machine learning, big data, to kind of inform user recommendations as well as, capitalize on those requests for an advertising purpose?
Yeah, so Our mission, the way that we often describe ourselves, is the world's largest catalog of ideas. So what we want to do is for every single person who comes to Pinterest to get the most personalized, curated catalog for the things that they want to do in their everyday lives. And so we look at every time a user comes and with great intent and is engaged on the platform, all of that data is powering a very personalized and curated experience.
And from that, bouncing off that point, whenever I've used Pinterest, I'm planning a wedding, and so I'll search things like, good hairstyles or flower bouquets or things like that. That's a pretty linear, traditional way of doing search, but you all are making a big bet on search in kind of more innovative ways and unique ways that, I think we should kind of go into and discuss, because it blew me away.
Sure. So Pinterest is about discovery. So it's not in the discovery can take on a number of different, how you find information and ideas. And so the way, search is, today we have a high volume of search on the platform, but it doesn't have to take the form of just putting a keyword into the keyword box. So because we are a visual platform, search is built in a number of ways. So you can certainly put keywords and search for all the ideas that you're looking for. There is also ways in which within a pin, you can discover different pieces of the pin. So it might be that there's a pin of an outfit, but you're really just interested in the shoes of that outfit and where can I find those shoes. And most recently, we think of how do you connect discovery in the real world. And so search comes in the form of, could I see somebody walking down the street and I see Leslie and I love her shoes, I can actually use my camera, take a picture of her shoes and be able to find those shoes on Pinterest and find all the related ideas around shoes that might be interesting to me.
So that awkward moment of like tapping someone on the street in New York and saying, where did you get that? You don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be, that's exactly discovery that happens in the real world came from storefronts or being in the real world. And it used to be that if you found it, the only way to go find those shoes was to ask you. And now it's really, how do you discover the taste that you have, the likes, the things that you want to do? It is really guiding you. Pinterest is the platform that guides you into the things that you may not know that you want to do. And so it's really giving you ideas in your everyday life.
Yeah, because in New York, we don't like to talk to strangers if we don't have to. You joined Pinterest a little over 2 years ago from Twitter. How would you compare kind of the ad model for both of those companies, with Twitter being kind of more of a social network, and it sounds like Pinterest more on the search kind of business partnership side of things?
And so Pinterest really stands in a unique space because we often say we're not social. We are about discovery. And so, they're very different business models, but Pinterest is really about helping consumers find those ideas. And most of our work is talking to brands to help them introduce most creatively through creative formats and targeting, helping them really connect the right product or service to the person that might be interested in their everyday life. I left Twitter 2.5 years ago, but a very different platform, more in real-time marketing. But on the Pinterest side, we really believe that we can solve for discovery what others have done in search.
Lisa, I feel like we could talk for another 30 minutes, but unfortunately our time is up. Thank you so much for
Of course, thank you.
being here and the conversation.